Good morning, KETO-SIStas. We are coming to you at a little bit of a different time. Normally we do Tuesday afternoons, but we have a really important announcement we're super excited about that we wanted to jump in and share with you.
We actually wanted to share it with you about 15 minutes ago, right, Bridget?
Yeah, so we have had a lot of technical difficulties. Guys, we've been doing this for years and we still have a lot of technical difficulties. This morning, Rebecca and I were on Zoom, so everything was working fine with my internet. And then I tried to clear out the clutter in my background. And so we were getting ready to get on StreamYard to do this live. And I went to move the clutter, which messed up my Wi-Fi. So we have been back and forth for 15 minutes, computer to phone, back to computer, back to phone. My sound wouldn't work. I tried not on the Wi-Fi, with the Wi-Fi. I kept going sideways. So we still have these little bars beside me, but we have sound. At one point I was really pixelated. So we now have sound. So just ignore the little bars on the side of me. I'm not in prison. I am just in my office. Don't be alarmed.
Oh yeah. It's been a struggle, but hey, we don't mess up good for perfect. We just keep pushing on until we get our goals done, right? So our goal was to talk to you. We just wanted to talk to you about what are your holidays looking like? Are you worried about, that slippery slope? We've come off Halloween and all the candy. This week is Thanksgiving. So a lot of people have feasts and festivities planned. And then it's just a few weeks away from Christmas and New Year's. And that can be a very challenging time for all of us, ourselves included, right, Bridget?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And if you're on our email list, I just sent an email kind of talking about this has been a little extra challenging season for me, just for a variety of ways, but mainly because I had an Achilles injury that has made everything in life much more difficult. And I've done a lot of traveling, which has been a little extra challenging with my injury. So anyway, it's super easy to derail. We have done a couple lives recently on how to get through the holidays and not completely derail. And 2 weeks ago, we did one on gift ideas for you, for other people who might be doing keto, or to share if people are asking you for a wish list. So anyway, but on the last one that we did 2 weeks ago, we shared something that we want to do with you all, that we think is going to be a really fun thing for our community.
Yeah. So it's our challenge, right? That's our flagship program. It's our Real Life Keto Challenge. It's a 21-day challenge where we spend 1 week on low carb. What does that look like? Where are the hidden carbs? How can you cut those out of your diet? And then we spend a week on high healthy fat. What are the good fats? What are the bad fats? What are easy ways to incorporate those in your lifestyle? And why do you want to incorporate those into your lifestyle? And then the final week, we talk about protein, which is the final macro, and kind of pulling it all together. How do you find that sweet spot, the balance where you could get yourself into nutritional ketosis, where you're feeling good and you have great energy and you've got awesome focus. So it's a really fun challenge. We love it. We've had thousands of women go through it. Amazing results. We have all kinds of testimonials of people.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second.
Wow, I think that was a record. I think maybe a minute I got in.
I feel like you have talked long enough. It's my turn. But if you are watching this, let us know live if you're watching it live, or replay if you're watching on the replay. But I would love to know if you have taken the challenge, what your takeaway was, how it impacted you going forward. All of those things. Kind of let people know who are watching this and thinking about doing the challenge. Let them know what it did for you, the community that it started, the results that you got, anything like that. We would love to hear from you all who are watching this.
All right, we got some comments coming in. We got some people watching live. That's fun.
All right, so I think the people watching live maybe have not done the challenge before. So if you're watching on replay, let people know, because they might be debating about doing this and think, I don't know if this is really a good idea. But here's the thing, Rebecca, I might have taken do you want to share more, or I can hop back in?
I'm timing you. So when do I do?
But what we want to do, there is this little perfect challenge that starts next Monday. So we start them every week. We do a challenge starting on Monday. And the one starting next Monday is after Thanksgiving, but it still ends right before Christmas. So it's a 3 weeks, between holidays. And for me, what I have done so much in the past is just start this slippery slope, like Halloween, Thanksgiving, like I just have to like slide into, and then I know, of course, January 2nd is like, okay, now it's time to focus. But instead of doing that, what if you did like a little mini reset between holidays? Starting the week after Thanksgiving. That's what, oh, okay, Rebecca, I'll let you share the next exciting thing. But that's the perfect little challenge. We looked at our calendar and found that one from November 29th through December 20th, I think are the dates.
Right, because part of the challenge, we are moving you to a strict keto diet to at least try. We know that most people aren't going to do that going forward, but we want people to know what that is so that they know and can make an informed decisions about what the best fit for them will be going forward. So we teach them the strict keto diet, but we kind of ease everybody into it. At first we just start creating an awareness about what you're eating, not really tracking or just like, oh yeah, I ate that. And how did I feel? And then we get a little more intentional with limiting or reducing the carbs. And then the second week we start adding in fat. So it's a gradual process. So it's a really cool thing. Like it's built so you don't feel overwhelmed ever. But I did very strategically look at the calendar because I'm like, is there a challenge that I could do?
Right.
That's in between the holidays so I don't mess up my holiday celebrations? Because as we talked on an earlier episode, like we do believe in giving yourself some grace and some freedom to celebrate. Like I don't get to eat my mom's cooking very often anymore. So when I have that chance, I want to enjoy things. And she still tends to cook a lot of carbs on top, carbs on the side, smothered in carbs, right? Like it's just the way she cooks. So I wanted to find a challenge that's in between my holiday celebrations. And lo and behold, this coming Monday is the literal perfect challenge.
The challenge, yes. And it's Rebecca, when I'm hearing you say that and knowing your family, I know how important food is for your family. And so, everyone comes from a different place and we love to celebrate wherever you are and help you find your best fit. But for Rebecca, I know it would be very offensive if she didn't eat some of the foods that her mom has cooked that her mom knows that she loves, right? But for some of you, maybe you're at the beginning and you think, I don't even want to do any carbs. I want to stay strict keto during the holidays. That's amazing. And shout out to you. I know some people bring their own keto food, but everyone's in a different place. So for us, with our goals where we are, we knew that looking at that perfect challenge between holidays would be a great one for us to do. And so Rebecca had this idea, and then she's like, I don't know if you're going to like it, but I hopped right on. Like, yes, let's you and I do the challenge, go through it as challengers, watching our videos, which is honestly, you all, that is terrifying to me because I never go back and watch anything that we make. Rebecca.
I, on the other hand, watch them a million times because I do the editing.
Yeah. So I've never gone back and watched them, even parts of them. She'll tell me to like, can you check this one part? And I'm like, tell me the minutes because it makes me crazy to watch it. So anyway, we're going to go through, watch the videos. It's going to be
going to be sharing our takeaways in the Facebook group, just like everybody else, just like all the other challengers. So like Bridgette is going to get to watch the bloopers at the end. So we might not even be friends after this. Who knows?
The one bloopers I have seen was, if you haven't taken the challenge, this might be a little bit gross. If you have, you probably remember this episode. It was the hardest video that we made about the really technical side and the triglycerides and this real sciencey stuff.
Which most of the challenge is not high on science, but there was one day in the challenge where we wanted to give more science for those people like me who might need that validation to know, hey, it's worth it from a scientific perspective.
So there we were talking about the science, really straining our brains, especially me. And I strained my brain so much that other things started happening in lower parts of my body. You all, I have celiac. I don't like to dwell on it, but it's an autoimmune that I have a lot of stomach issues, a lot. And the stomach issues were evidenced on the video and they made it into the bloopers, and Rebecca took them and even exaggerated them. So she did get my approval. She's like, this might be embarrassing. I'm like, no, that's funny. Put it in there. So anyway, but that's how the challenge is. It's just fun, you all. It is fun. Our how we like to describe ourselves is fun keto, serious results. because people do get awesome results with the challenge. But we do love to make it fun as well, because that's just how we roll. So we are so excited about doing this. The 3 weeks between Thanksgiving and, Christmas Eve. We got
Which,
start
do you
gearing
know
up for
what
the
Christmas
holidays.
Eve, the eve of Christmas Eve is? Okay, this is something that's important. I have celebrated this with my family, and those of you who might not know, but I also teach fitness classes. I teach a lot of fitness classes for senior, older adults. And so for years, now COVID's kind of messed it up, but for years, we would have a Christmas party for my senior students on the day before Christmas Eve. And so I always hated it when people called it Christmas Eve Eve. Well, I'm a Christian, like who came before Eve? Adam. So we would have a Christmas Adam party on the day before Christmas Eve. So on December 23rd, it was our Christmas Adam party.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I'm going to start using that. I've never even heard that story. Y'all, Rebecca and I have been friends for like 15 years. So there's not a lot of stories that we haven't heard. That's a new one. All right. Oh, I love what Dee said. She said, if I had not had Kim and the sisters, I would not have made it through. And that is the beauty of our challenge. Yes, you all. Kim is like the heartbeat of overseeing, helping with the challenges, and just loving on people in there. But there's all the big sisters really have a heart for helping people get through the challenge. And it just makes it fun because you have that extra layer of accountability and someone who's checking in with you. So if you haven't done the challenge yet, I would definitely encourage you to do this one. And maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe you're like, that does not fit with how I want those 3 weeks to look. Y'all, we get it. But if you're looking for something to do, we think it would be really fun to do it with you. And we will physically be in there not physically, I'm not going to jump into our computers. We will virtually be in there every day. And we're just excited about it. But if you, like a lot of people, might be like, I'm going to go ahead and wait till January 2nd. We have a challenge for that. I don't know the exact date, but we have a challenge for that too, because we do run them every Monday. But if you are wanting to do this one with us, make sure that you sign up by this Friday. I think that they switch it over around.
I think it's 8 Eastern.
There it is. I know it in the evening. So don't wait till then. By late afternoon on Friday Eastern, go ahead and make sure that you're signed up for this challenge. It's going to be really fun. We're excited.
Yeah. And, like we're excited to get to do it together. Like we created it together. We did all these videos. We have like written coaching. So like we had a lot of fun putting the challenge together. Some of it wasn't quite as fun, which you can see in the outtakes and the bloopers at the end of every videos, but we generally have a pretty good time. So like I'm looking forward to seeing it as a challenger, to actually going through it and not knowing, like I'm going to try to take those memories out, like not knowing what the next day is, only doing it day by day. And to see Bridgette go through it as well, and to see what our takeaways and shares are in the group. I just think it's going to be the best challenge ever. I think it's going to be so much fun. And it's like we said, it's after Thanksgiving, and then you get done with the challenge before Christmas. So to me, like I'm going to use this as license to have a little more fun over Christmas and Thanksgiving, because I'm going to be more focused in those 3 weeks, when normally I would just be kind of like
slippery sloping,
noshing and shopping and all that kind of stuff. So,
yes.
So I'm going to use it as an excuse to have more fun on the actual holidays, because I know I have 3 weeks that, my KETO-SIStas are going to keep me accountable.
Hey, shout out to Helen. She is starting the challenge right now. Today is her first day. And I mean, that's a huge tribute to you doing it during Thanksgiving week. So awesome for you. I hope you are loving the challenge. I know you're just getting started, but I think you're going to have a really good time. We enjoy the challenge so much. It's a huge part of what we do.
This week is not a bad one to start the challenge either, because like I said, we baby step you through it. So even during Thanksgiving, you're not going to be at that strict keto level where you're really like watching everything that you eat. So it's still a great week to start the challenge. So Dee, you're going to have a great time.
Yes. All right. So I think, is that it?
No.
Oh, I didn't write this down. I need you to remember.
It's the most exciting part.
Yes, I remember. I got distracted by Helen thinking about her doing the challenge this week. Okay. You can tell it, Rebecca, since you remembered.
Well, like I'm really excited to get to do with Bridgette. She's one of my best friends. We created the challenge. Now we're going to go through it as a challenge together. But we were like, like we're not everybody in the challenge's best friend. We're their KETO-SISTA, but they don't like know us. They're not going to call us up and keep us on track. We're not going to call you up and keep you on track. But you do probably have a bestie that you would like to do this with, or maybe a sister or a coworker. So what are we going to do for them, Bridgette?
We have this week only, buy one, get one. So if you sign up for the challenge to do it with us, because we want it to be a really big fun one, you get to bring a friend for free. Now, only you can get your money back. We're not going to pay people to do it. We're nice, but we're not.
I love that disclaimer, Bridgette. Look at you.
You're welcome. So you sign up, you can get the full refund. And
well, maybe explain that, because some people on this page might not even understand how that works.
Right. Do you want me to explain it or you? Okay. So one of the coolest things about our we love a lot of things about our challenge. We really do. But one of the neatest things about it is you pay $47 to take the challenge. But if you finish the challenge every single day for 21 days, then you get your full money back. And we have about a third of the challengers make it all the way through, which it's not because the challenge is so hard. It's just because people kind of fall off, or they have one day where they don't check in or whatever. But if you check in,
or maybe they go over their macros at the end when we're tracking.
Right. Yeah. But it's not that it's that hard of a challenge. To me, it's a victory that a third of the people finish it every single day. That shows how doable it is. Just thinking about natural human nature, that, as far as committing to something for 21 days straight, that's a pretty big investment to get on, watch the videos, and do the, we do have a little poll.
We have 2 little tasks every day.
Right. And they're super basic getting started. But then at the end, we have a prize wheel. So we do prizes for the people, even if you don't totally finish the challenge. If you do half of the challenge or more, then you get your name on the prize wheel. But if you complete the challenge, then you get your full money back at the end. It's right. With a little certificate. It's really fun.
It's really fun. But like for this week only, we're doing it where you pay your $47 deposit and you invite a friend to do it with you. So your friend gets to do it free, or between you two, you can split it. We don't care. But obviously, if you finish, only one refund gets made. But it's a great way to have a little extra accountability, a little extra kind of more local support, like somebody who knows you and knows what you're, maybe you have a 2:30 M&M weakness, or,
that's a real thing.
Right? Or you go through Starbucks on your way to work on a Monday morning. Like your friend that knows that about you, they're going to be a little bit more able to keep you on track because they know what your weaknesses are.
Right.
I mean, and that's not a bad thing. Like I know Bridgette's weakness is chips. So if she's really tracking things and trying to stay really strict, I'm not going to come over to her house with a bag of chips.
It'd be so
unless she makes me mad.
Oh my goodness. It's almost been 20 minutes. You meant to just hop on here real fast. We're so chatty. We're just excited. We meant to just hop on here really quickly and let you know about what's going on. It's a great challenge to join, to invite a friend. Also, it's fun to celebrate people who have finished the challenge, who are in the challenge right now. And one thing I want to go back and say, Shelly talked about like after the challenge, and we are working right now on some other options for after the challenge, because we really do want to meet people where they are. And we formed this really cool community and connection during the challenge. So we are working on getting some different options to really make sure everyone's needs are met after the challenge going forward. So stay tuned to that, Shelly. That information is coming soon.
All right. Well, I hope to see you all in the challenge with us, because you're going to want to find out, do Bridgette and Rebecca survive their own challenge? Does their friendship survive?
That's a good question.
My dog's ready to go out.
All right, you all. That's it for now.
All right. Go create your best life.